The SIX Digital Exchange SDX here in Zurich is the world's leading exchange for digital assets, launched by SIX Group. I'm going to discuss this and other initiatives with Jos Dijsselhof, the CEO of SIX Group. Jos Dijsselhof, thank you much for receiving us here at SIX. Let's start with the SIX Digital Exchange SDX here right next door in its second year of operation. What's the reasoning behind this digital exchange?
Back then when we started this initiative, we thought long and hard about the future of capital markets, of stock exchanges, and what technology could mean for the future. And at that point in time, we decided that we felt that there's an opportunity to reform the capital markets by using technology, in this case, distributed ledger technology and tokenization. And that's when we started the SDX project to build a complete new exchange in parallel to the existing exchange that would offer products tokenized on the distributed ledger technology, which would help us to transform the capital markets.
Where does SDX currently stand in the spring of 2023?
SDX has progressed really well. We have 3 different streams to tokenize and make products available that are currently already available on the traditional exchange, so equity, fixed income. Second stream is to look at new products and services that we can provide and products that we can make tradable on exchange, like carbon or art or whatever tokenization we can do for markets that are of interest to investors. And then thirdly, we look at Web3, where we develop crypto services to make sure that the crypto business actually has an opportunity to become more regulated and more secure than it is today. So on all these 3 fronts, we've made really good progress.
Did you have even higher expectations when you launched SDX?
I think the long-term expectations and the aspirations are exactly the same as they were at the beginning. We probably had higher expectations in terms of speed of adaptation. So we thought things would transfer relatively quick, and it's taken a bit more time. But of course, this is a system where you need to get a lot of stakeholders aligned. So you need people to connect, you need people to issue products, you need people to start trading and create liquidity. And that's taken a bit more time for market adaptation. We have built it in a time frame that we set out to do so, but the market adaptation is going a little bit slower than we thought. But the long-term aspiration and the way SDX can really transform the exchange business is still very much alive.
And SDX is the world's leading exchange for digital assets. How do you explain Switzerland's leading position in this field?
First of all, the company SIX is in Switzerland, so we're very proud that we've always been driving innovation. This is also the place where the first stock exchange moved from open outcry to an electronic exchange. So we want to be on the forefront, so we're pushing it. But of course, also the key stakeholders in Switzerland, the regulator, the National Bank, everybody is really also focusing on making sure that Switzerland is fit for the future, not only regulate and have laws and regulation for today, but also for the future. And then last but not least, there are great talents here in Switzerland. Switzerland is recognized across the world as one of the most innovative countries. If you look at all the rankings and lists, then usually Switzerland is high. If not number 1, it's number 2 or number 3. So also in terms of people and innovation power within the country, Switzerland is a very strong country.
Let's talk about another initiative with focus on the future, the F10 Tech Incubation Program. It's very much a reality since 2016 already. Could you briefly talk us through the functioning of this incubator?
First of all, let me start with the name, F10. That was the old name. Actually, it has just been rebranded to Tenity, which is the new name to take it into the future. But the function is still the same. The function is to find people who have really good ideas about new business or transforming existing business. And usually it's 1 or 2 people with an idea. They can join our program, our incubator and accelerator program, and we then help them to move that idea to a product, from a product to a market, and in the end to a business. And in the end, of course, really building a company. So this incubation and acceleration, starting from a very smart and good idea, but very small, helping those companies to grow is really what the purpose is of our incubation and acceleration program here.
Is going public also one of the final purposes?
We hope that there are many of these companies that are very successful, that become unicorns and come and list on our exchange. We have an SME segment, so for smaller companies, but of course we also would like some of those technology companies to be listed on our main exchange.
You're not only focusing on Switzerland, you're about to launch an initiative in Singapore, Asia Next, Digital Exchange for Asia. Why?
Having the digital exchange in Switzerland is really important. As we just discussed, there's a lot of innovation power to be really on the forefront of what is possible. But we also saw that in Asia, the adaptation of digital assets and crypto is going much quicker. So we decided to build in parallel there also a digital exchange together with a Japanese partner in a company called Asia Next. And there we will be launching some products relatively soon. We are still waiting for 1 or 2 approvals of the regulator there. And then we can offer services also there. And at some point in time, those two, we then want to connect Switzerland and Asia and create an opportunity for a bigger liquidity pool even in the end.
That's a view of the future already. Looking into an even farther future, into the crystal ball, where do you see the future of business of exchanges in 5 to 10 years?
I think exchanges are really important for the development of the economy and growth of the economy. It's the platform where companies can raise initial capital, but also capital increases later to grow their business and to invest in projects. And I think that role will always be there, which doesn't mean it will always stay the same as it is today. We are making our big investment in SDX because we think we can transform the markets and make the markets more efficient, go from T+2 to instant settlement and all these topics which are beneficial. So we will continue to evolve the market, but the market place and exchange will always be needed. But we will be using innovations and new technologies and new products and services to serve the market as good as possible.
Jos Dijsselhof, thank you much for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.